So Onesie loves when you scratch under her neck or under her ears, and I noticed something I could only describe as a glitch recently. If you itch a little bit on the lower part of her neck there, she'll start kicking the air. I don't know why this happens. Must be some sort of programming error. She always enjoys when I itch around her ears or neck. You can tell just by watching this. It's just so strange that if you watch again here, itch right there and she'll just start kicking the air. It's so funny how they do those little rapid fire kicks. Hello everyone, my name is Andrew AJT and welcome to another video. Today's going to be kind of a variety video of a whole bunch of stuff that probably isn't worthy of a 10 to 15 minute video, but definitely is worth showing. So thank you so much to our Patreon sponsors today, RS Farmer Bob, Kiwi, Tapanda, and also thank you so much to our new patron Blackjack. Bob actually hosted a 99 party for farming on his Hardcore Ironman in the Andrew AJT62 clan chat, which you're seeing here. This was probably the biggest 99 party I've ever been to. The clan chat especially has been very packed with everyone at home. We just had around 80 people online last time I checked. I hope that when the clan updates happen, probably within a year or two, the amount of people that can be in a clan increases, because that could be a big problem for us pretty soon. We might have to just kind of move over to a second clan as well. But we always have the Discord, which has 1,000 members, and there's no limitation as far as I know. People ask me all the time, do you have a Discord or do you have a Twitter? Yes, I do. They're in the description. I usually mention them at the end. I guess just for a change, I'll mention them in the beginning just so everyone knows. Bob also hosted a drop party in Falador. Big congrats as well to him, by the way, for 99 farming. And he put in around 50 mil, and other people put in stuff as well. And I usually suck at these, but I do think this is probably the most fair way to have a drop party. If you just drop the items on the ground, it is pretty easy to just kind of get them if you have PID. If you have the best PID, that's just kind of an RNG thing, and you will tend to get most of the items. Whereas here it seems to be more fair. Maybe some of you guys know how this works better than I do, but it doesn't seem to be so reliant on PID, maybe a little bit. But it seems like a few people can stomp a set of balloons at once, and maybe one person will get one thing and another person will get another thing. I'm not really exactly sure how this works, but it seems a little bit more fair. Let me know in the comments if you know the specifics. There were multiple rounds of this as well. Other people started putting stuff in at some point as well, and I think I developed a little bit of a strategy here. Definitely the big thing is, if a whole bunch of people are already going for a balloon, you probably should just look for another one. And you could actually click on them when they're still falling from the sky, as you see right here. This one was mid-air and I clicked on it and I got something, nothing big, but that's still pretty good. Now that big box appeared there, I thought that was just like a troll drop, like a supply crate or something. And it ended up being a Zamrak D'hide set, which was around 1 mil, so that was pretty nice. I got something a little bit there. I don't think the first to pop a set gets everything though, because if you watch this guy, Tapanda, with the balloons in his hands, he actually pops those 2 balloons before I did, and I still got the Zami set, so maybe being the first one to pop them doesn't necessarily guarantee you everything. I'm probably way overanalyzing this. One memory I probably could have included in my last video, my earliest RuneScape memories, is this drop party that actually took place south of Falador. Back in the day, the Falador Party room wasn't actually in Falador at all. It was in Camelot. I believe they moved it because they wanted free-to-players to have access to it. It's probably just a better place. And this place actually still existed, though. It was just some huge mansion. I think the NPCs were like some rich people NPCs that just owned this huge mansion. And eventually they just converted it into the party room. This actually made me curious, so I did some research, and apparently it was moved when the King's Ransom quest was released in 2007. And I actually found these old pictures on Imgur of the Falador Mansion back in the day, before 2007, and I do remember being here. And there's also a pretty cool picture on the regular RuneScape wiki of the old school Camelot party room. I'll link these down below if you want to check them out yourself. But yeah, the drop party I remember south of Falador was actually just a normal one, and I got a rune scimitar and I think a rune square shield, and that was maybe early 2007. Very fun times. People used to actually just go around Varrock and advertise drop parties, and every once in a while they were real. I always have a soft spot for the Easter events because the Easter 2007 event with the Easter ring was my first holiday event, so I always remember that one, and especially the Easter ring. And one thing I'm shocked I didn't know about is if you go down here, there's all like the bosses that were included new to Old School. This is actually a super cool area. I encourage you to explore it on your own. A lot of the Old School unique updates, I'm not sure what they did and didn't include, but definitely a lot of the new big things you see there. Verzik. Two of the coolest ones are Zuck over here, and also something that really caught my eye. I think I've seen at least a picture of this before on Twitter or something, but they actually have the front cover of the Old School, actually the regular RuneScape guidebook from like a million years ago, which you see here. It's so weird to see a representation of this in-game, even though it's not picture perfect. You know, I don't think he was wearing a Tyrus helm in the picture. But funny enough, I actually do have this guidebook. My friend actually gave it to me in college because he knew I still played RuneScape. Here it is if you're curious. There's actually a ton of cool stuff. This was from 2006, so you can see so many of the old character animation or NPC animation, like that skeleton there. Looks so different. Scorpion, rat. Really most of these are different. Monk, Lesser Demon, Imp, and Ice Warrior. A little bit different. Ice Giant. That's definitely different. They look kind of cooler back then, I think, in my opinion. Greater Demon, Giant Spider. Maybe some of them are the same, but overall you can see there's quite a discrepancy. Bear, Cow. Yeah, I remember that one. That takes me back. Let's see what else we got in here. There's also like this huge map that came with it, which I still have. I think if you find this today, a lot of them don't have the map, so it's pretty nice to have one that does have it. There's so many weird little pieces of artwork. Like, what the heck are those coins? The front cover from the thing I just showed you in game still looks the same. The game in general used to have this like weird art style. Like, you would never see anything like that today in updates. Not that it actually looked like that in game, but still, these like cool like knights and stuff that have weapons that don't exist, like halberd thing or spear. Also these old rules, which are different now. I don't know why they got rid of the no account sharing rule. It's annoying when like 5 people are playing on the same account. What else we got in here? There's like different things for quests, I think. Some actually information in here I think is wrong. Maybe like 1 or 2 things though. Overall, it's pretty good. It's all free-to-play stuff, so it's like kind of limited as far as how helpful it would actually be if you were to actually use this as like a guide. But I know there's like quest guides in here as well. Yeah, like these, which is nice to see. Information on like random events, even like some terms, like you can see what a noob is. I think at one point it actually tells you how to take a screenshot, if I'm not mistaken. Where does it say that? Something like that is in here somewhere about the strategy guide. I swear this is in here. Let's see. Goblins are easy targets. Know your specialty shops. Okay, there you go. Taking your own screenshots. Press the print screen key on your keyboard and then paste it or whatever. Like I said in the previous video, I wish I knew how to do that at the time. It's a very cool collector's item to have. I think other people have talked about this in more detail in the past, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. So I've started doing a little bit more Vetion recently. This was actually my first trip ever in a few months and my first kill in a few months, so you'll see how that turns out. Unfortunately, there's definitely a little bit more PKers here now just because of so many people being online. But I try to go during more off-peak times, like late at night or kind of early in the morning, maybe even middle of the day. It seems like most group PKers like to go out PKing in the evening, like Friday night or Saturday night, but there's definitely been more of them recently. Oh my god, the first kill? What? This is literally, I haven't done Vetion in like 2 months. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I'm not joking. I have not done Vetion in forever. And 20 mil now? Are you serious? Oh my god, I could not believe that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm dead serious. first kill back in like forever with Vetion. I've been doing Dagonoth Kings non-stop. Let's see. What does this sell for? It's gone up, it looks like a lot too. Let's take a look. Just put that in there. Do I want to knock it down a little bit? Screw it, let's do it. 20.4 mil. I also continue to have really good luck here because I got a pretty nice drop the next kill as well. Vetion overall isn't the best money in the game, but it is decent and it's the only wilderness pet I need to get to have the collection. I do have a guide for it if you haven't seen that. I'll link that down below. Speaking of things that I didn't know existed until recently that have been there a while, this little Terror Chick pen had been added in the game in 2006, I guess for the Gnome Restaurant, and I just stumbled upon this the other day without knowing it was ever there. Let me know if you guys have the RuneScape Handbook or if you've seen it before, and if you have it, does it have the map in it still? I'm curious. And that's really all I have for today, so definitely hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and you can check out my Patreon page in the end screen. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.